2026, the engines scream, Monza's magic, a racing dream. The tarmac hums, the crowds unite, a fierce fight, day and night. New battles rise and futures near, old legends chase, no hint of fear. In the temple of speed, they fly, Monza's roar beneath the sky. Hi and welcome Beyond the Racing Line, the Formula One podcast by fans, for fans. We saw the Monza Grand Prix on the weekend. How are you, Tristan Pocock?
Hello. Well, that's
wondering why it's 2026.
It's
2025.
That's caught me off. That's caught me off guard. That's got not the incorrect year. Good pick up. I was like, where'd you get that from?
It just
came to you
new
in the middle. Just you being all
slam poetry.
Literary and sport. That's, I don't know, it's like...
It's his new segment, slam poetry.
Emotional. There was a little tear jerk to the
thought I would
there.
just wow
and
you.
you're happy because there was no warning on that. It wasn't, hey boys, look what I've got set up for tonight. You just bang straight into it.
Do you think that any warning you would have listened to?
No,
thank you very much.
No, you're right. You know me too well. Anyway, good on you.
Sam, the reserve driver, is back. I've got a new name for Sam, actually.
Oh,
apart from Bunny. I do like Bunny.
I appreciate that
I
as
do
well.
like Bunny.
Okay.
That is a favourite of mine. But
Yep.
I was like, you know what? Sam's the auditor of the podcast.
The auditor?
Yeah, because while he's been away, and he's been away for quite a while. What was your last pod? Do you remember?
Oh, jeez. When you introduced me to gin and tonics on the British Grand Prix, and thanks for introducing me to gin and tonics. That's been a little bit of what I've been up to in the off-season.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. We haven't had an off-season since you've been on, but obviously gin and tonic's been going well. But yeah, so it's like British Grand Prix, so it's been a little while. But I was like, right, he's been away for all this time. He would have been listening.
Yes.
And you know what's going to happen, Tristan? He's going to hold us accountable. You know how we say things, you and I, and we generally forget most of the things we say?
Yeah.
Unless it's really good and we want to throw it back in somebody's face.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's the reason to remember.
Sorry,
Sam's good at remembering all the things we say.
Oh, is he?
And so he's sort of like an auditor. I'm sure we're going to hear a little bit about what we say, and then we confused at why he's saying it, and it turns out we said it like 3 weeks ago. So
Yeah, right.
But anyway, welcome back, Sam. It's lovely to have you back.
Great to be back, and what a Grand Prix to be back on. Like, would have loved to be here for Zandvoort, to be honest, but Monza's still a pretty good one, all things considered.
Absolutely. We did enjoy the second Grand Prix from Italy this year.
Yeah.
And I had to say to Shane today, I was like, oh, what did we drink for the drinking around the world?
Oh, yeah.
For the last Italian Grand Prix, because I didn't want to double up, and he reckons we had Prosecco, and I'm just looking at the at the bottle collection over on the bar over there. And yes, there is the bottle of empty Prosecco. So it was Prosecco. We've gone to one of Shane's absolute favourites. This is the Peroni Red.
Oh,
okay.
Whenever our HPV team wins, Tristan, I'll just let you know that we go and collect some Peroni Reds.
Okay, good.
And we enjoy a beer after the race. And so yes,
that's nice.
This one's for you, Shaney.
There you go. It's like it's a memorial sort of thing, isn't it?
Well, he's not here, is he?
Got to enjoy it for him.
Do you like a Peroni?
I haven't had one. I'll have one now. Thank God it's not whatever the bloody hell that was last week.
What was that last week?
That
the
was
yellow.
Like the yellow.
Yeah,
the yellow.
Oh, what was that? The Advocate. Yeah, that was different.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that one. I enjoyed the beer.
Nobody was.
I did not enjoy that one.
Where is that bottle? Where has that bottle gone?
It's inside.
I did see that on the way in. I was wondering what's going on with Advocate. Like, why does Roger have?
Yes, well, it's a traditional
that's fine.
Dutch liqueur.
Am I sensing that this may be my punishment for the end of the year? You're just going to get the worst drinks and make them into a single cocktail.
You've missed a
I
couple
missed
of
sake.
doozes.
I missed sake. I missed
Benedictine.
Benedictine, Cirque du Soleil. Was that Cirque du Soleil? Benedictine?
No, that's just Benedictine over there. That's sitting on the end of the bar right there.
What's that one there? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that thing. That thing. Yeah, like, help yourself to it, Sam. Like, I can't imagine that anyone's going to be diving for it.
You won't be driving afterwards.
Yeah,
She was lethal.
Ever again. Yeah, it's like a dead...
So anyway, we're enjoying a very easy drink. What do you think of the Peroni Red?
Yeah, that was fine.
Very easy drinking
That was
beer,
fine.
this one.
That was,
Yep,
that's fine. Nothing to write home
I thought I'd look after you this
week.
week.
It's a bit like... just a bit like a Diet Coke, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
It's fine.
Just a bit
That's
tasty
fine.
in that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Monza. Tell me about Monza. Give me a race ranking for Monza.
Oh, jeez. I mean, jury's out for this one. 6? 6?
You're down in the dumps.
Yeah. Well, it started quali, didn't it? I was already throwing my hands in the air.
You were.
Quali, I was.
And I got that wrong.
Happy.
My reply to you.
Yes,
I didn't realise.
No, yes, I did realise that, and I thought, no, I've nailed that one. Yes, and I mean, look, outside the controversy at the end. No, really wasn't much to write home about, was it? We've been spoiled over the last few weeks, but outside of that, I mean, Collie was all right, race weekend was all right.
7 for me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a good, enjoyable race weekend.
Yeah.
Monza's a good spot to go racing. It was a competitive enough race.
Yeah.
I was expecting the McLarens to come back at some point, and they just didn't, which was... I mean, they sort of made their own bed on that one a little bit, didn't they, with their strategy, but... Yeah. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, pretty... reasonable 7 of all things. Like, we'll go through everything that happened during the race, and I think that'll show why I'm a 7.
Yeah, I think there's plenty happening around the rest of the grid. So it's a good, enjoyable race. Tell me, we go to Monza, and it's an unusual racetrack. Has it changed your mind in terms of who's got the pace at the moment? Clearly, McLaren's out in front in general.
Yeah.
Not on the weekend, but in general.
Yep.
After that, who's the next fastest in general?
Jeez, just in general. I don't know. Monza's not a great...
No. That's absolutely not. But so tell me where. Tell me what. Who's next?
And who's next?
I think that explains it.
I don't know, yeah.
Like,
there's probably the correct answer at the moment.
I mean, there's no real standout, is there? Because you could just say that second is... Mercedes, Ferrari, and then it's
Max.
And then it's Max.
Max with a slippery wing.
Yeah, and then you just throw a blanket over 20, and then it's whoever else comes next. But then I mean, last week it was the RBs. That was just last week, and Mercedes probably wasn't in that conversation last week. So yeah, I mean, it's the top. It's the top 2, and then it's the top 3 teams, and then that's...
Is there any way that it's Ferrari next fastest?
No.
As becoming an all-rounder?
No, not at all.
Not yet?
Remotely close.
Not remotely close is the wrong answer.
No, they're not. No.
That's the wrong answer.
No.
I'm not convinced that they are the next best.
No, not
but they've made improvements. They've made improvements, and I think they'll be happy with that.
Would they? I wouldn't be.
No, you wouldn't be. But I think with what's coming up, I think they're happy with the fact that they've now got an understanding, they've got a solution. I think if they went through this whole year without a solution to their problems, I think they'll be upset. Whereas I think they've found a solution now. Is it the perfect solution? Absolutely not. Yeah. But yes, in a year where...
And it's an 8-round solution at best.
Oh yeah,
because then it's not applicable anymore. I'd like to know how Shane's I'd like to know how Shane's bet's going.
What was his bet?
Well, he was up and about to Ferrari. Charles was paying $5 for the win.
So you were nearly eating your words. It took me a good self-control not to say. And you laughed at us about Charles Leclerc
winning,
coming through, and
then
he was looking all right. And then,
but then he didn't.
They might have been showboating a little bit.
That's exactly right. So anyway, there's a reason he was $5.
Who's your second fastest at the moment, Sam?
I think I'm only going to say second fastest. But it's not the teams. It is Max, Charles, or Russell. And I think that's sort of backing up what Tristan's saying is that you can't say it's a particular car like it is with the McLarens. Both the boys are out in front. They're doing great things.
I think you can.
But it's always Charles so far out, and then it's Lewis back. It's Russell so far out, and then it's Antonelli back.
But it's the car. It's the car and the lack of driver behind it.
Yeah, and then you just change tracks and... I really thought Ferrari were going to be on it, like they've been talking about a straight line speed. Yep. And then somehow Red Bull just got the right setup with Max, right rear wing, and here we go. And it was completely left of field. I completely messed up my F1 predict because of that.
I've got 2 opening questions for us.
Oh boy.
Fire them.
I don't know. Kingsley's at me. Apparently I got one wrong. Didn't fire it up well enough.
The question, or
so I got his question wrong. I didn't deliver it properly. He's angry.
Fair.
Yeah, and so I think the best way to deal with this situation is ignore it completely, and we'll go with a different
until it goes away.
A different opening question. So Kingsley,
that's my favourite
just
way of
for
dealing
you.
with things.
Yes, I'm going to ignore it altogether and hope it goes away. And we're going to go with Nat Pollard, who has supplied an opening question.
Hey, all right.
And I was very excited when that came through because I was going to have to make some sort of apology, and I wasn't up for that tonight. So
thanks, Nat.
thank you, Nat. You got me out of a bind. And to Kingsley, I hope you get bogged when you're listening to this one, Kingsley, because he is often getting bogged with his job. Nat says, who or do you ever have an animal companion to watch races with? And she sent through a picture. Through a picture of her doggy, Millie. Missy. Sorry, no, not Millie. Missy. Geez, I nearly buggered up another one. So Millie, she usually only enjoys TV shows. It's a cavoodle, and usually only takes interest in TV shows with animals. She loved the Tiger King.
Yeah.
But seems to have taken a real fancy for Formula One, and here's a picture, very bad for podcasting, but imagine a cavoodle, which is going by the picture. What colour would you call that cavoodle there? A whitey grey? It could be just the picture, though, the colour.
Cookies. I'd say cookies and cream.
That's a good way of describing Millie there, and with a coat on.
Yep.
There's Millie watching the Formula One. So, do you have an animal that watches Formula One with you?
Yeah.
My dogs don't. My dogs hate it when I watch sport because sometimes I get a little excited and a little aggressive, and so they actually go and hide away. And then once I quieten down, they'll come over and check that I'm okay.
Yeah.
And so I don't generally have a dog that enjoys hanging out watching sport with me. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't, unfortunately. What about you?
Yeah, Winston, he won't watch it with me, but I think he just enjoys being on the couch while I'm up, and he's not in bed. He's like, oh, Dad's up. Oh, I guess I'll stay up too.
And so he's not watching, yeah.
He's not watching, but I think he just enjoys just sitting next to me, and I'm quite happy with that. He keeps me warm.
Yep. Bunny?
That's about it.
Bunny, does Bunny watch with you?
Yeah, Bunny actually does. So Toff is a Netherland dwarf rabbit.
Pardon me?
Netherland dwarf. So
it doesn't look that small.
It's smaller than a giant Rex. Like, those things are monstrous.
Hang on. What's a giant Rex?
A giant Rex
sounds
is
like a dinosaur.
Yeah, like these are rabbits that are probably.
You're kidding me.
No. Look this up.
Sam is holding his arms out once again. Bad for podcasting.
I caught a big fish, sort of. No, so these giant Rex rabbits can
he's
be
holding
about.
He's holding his hands nearly a metre.
Yep, nearly a metre. Yep,
wow.
They are massive, just F-off sized rabbits. But Toff is barely the size of a rock melon or a cantaloupe if you're Americans, because whatever. So Toff will watch the race with Paige, and depending on how stressed Paige is how much fluff will fly off. So if you were watching Monza and what was happening at the start with Oscar, there was so much fluff flying up from Paige, stress patting Toff. And sometimes if the race gets into a bit of a rhythm, then Toff will settle down, but once mayhem, like you hear Crofty going off, Toff will start to wake up, perks up, and actually starts watching the race.
And this is the rabbit that I get videos of darting around the joint. Like, it seems off its head a bit.
The maniac of a thing,
Yeah, right. Okay, wonderful. There you go. It's. I wonder who else has unusual animals. Dwarf's not really a correct term these days. Do rabbits take offence to the word dwarf?
No, it takes offence to the fact that I'm taking away the power cords near its band that it doesn't have to chew on.
Did you know, I used to have a rabbit.
Okay.
And his name was Charlie, and he wasn't with us for very long. But speaking of power cords, this is like...
Oh, no.
This is like... How many years? This is about 16 years ago now, right? So Charlie arrived at home with us, and his favourite thing was to eat my thongs. And so within like a space of a day, he ate my thongs. The following day, I bought an Xbox for the very first time. And then when I went to work and come home, he had chewed... That wasn't plugged in. So he had chewed through the power cord, right? So I boxed it back up, and I took it back to EB Games.
Oh, I thought you boxed the rabbit
no,
back up.
Thought about it. And I was like, oh my God, this must have arrived like this. And I'm like, oh yeah, something's chewed that. Here's a whole brand new Xbox. Anyway, like a month later, Charlie wasn't with us. Not due to that. Like, obviously.
You'd had enough.
Other reasons. But,
Stu?
No.
Charlie Stu.
Just shot.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
these things sometimes happen.
I hope your rabbit's more alive than mine.
Monza, it is a wonderful place. It's one of the legacy tracks, I think, in Formula One, and we do enjoy going there. And it is unique. You don't get the result that you always expect to get in the general calendar because it's all about slippery cars. Lots of straight line speed, and then slow corners because all of a sudden you slow down, off you go again. So it was, it was well and truly won by Max Verstappen. But I think the end margin didn't really tell the whole story. I think McLaren playing a few little games sort of cooked him a bit. They tried something, it didn't really work, but. Yeah, so it was an interesting one. Max Verstappen managed to nick pole, and he wasn't really looking like he was around the mark at all through practice. And he put on a bit of a masterclass to drive that Red Bull around the track and pick up pole. And then there was a bit of a tussle at the start where Norris managed to get him with Verstappen cutting the corner. But then I thought, oh, that's it, McLaren in clear air. We're not going to see Max back in it, and then lo and behold, Max managed to go and fight his way back, and we didn't see the McLaren really in it again, did we?
No, absolutely not.
Surprised?
Yeah, a little bit. Not more surprised at the lack of pace from McLaren, but more surprised at the absolute pace of the Red Bull.
Yep.
I think that was it. I don't look at it as a track that McLaren have failed dismally on. It's a team has really got it together and beaten them, and that's probably where. Yeah, that's where the result lies for me.
Yeah, it's McLaren don't have one of those rear wings, do they? That flies through the air.
No,
it is a special thing.
And you think about Singapore being Max's Achilles heel in the last couple of seasons. This sort of Monza feels a little bit like that's what McLaren's is.
A little bit.
Yeah. Not to the extent that what it was for Max, but possibly.
Still go all right at Baku. Like last year,
Baku's a little bit different though because you've got the high speed through there. It's a mix of the high, the medium, and low speed.
Who goes all right at Baku?
McLaren.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So,
they're the all round. I mean, the back of the circuit does require, and then through lots of parts does require
Sector 3.
That downforce.
Yeah.
But it's and obviously the big long straight at Baku is also. Yeah, the cars that are very slippery do manage to catch up. The difference, I guess, with Baku is because that's the main overtaking spot. It makes it hard unless you are slippery to do the overtaking. But
the resurfacing of Monza as well.
Yes.
They lost their tyre offset in terms of the way that they hang on to them. Yeah. So that become nil and void too. So the strength was taken from them.
It would have been nice to see them drop that down a level.
I think so. We've got the C6. Yeah, they talked about that the C6 should have been there. We probably should have gone with that. But, I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing with that.
Yeah. Next year,
yeah. And look, you can't have it all their way. I think it's 5 that they haven't won, and that's about it. Other than that, they've won the rest.
Yeah. No, so, it was, but it was a bit of a masterclass from Max, wasn't it? It was a little show of not that you forget, but it was looking like it was just turning into McLaren season, and Max just... has that habit, doesn't he, of just popping up and going, hey, don't forget me.
Refreshing to watch Max win in such a Max way? Because I kind of did. Like, we've had McLaren wins, and then we've had, George's win. And then we've had it where it's all been pretty reasonable and close. But then, when Max wins, it's just untouchable. In every sense of the word. Yeah. He was untouchable on Sunday.
I disagree.
They were nowhere near him. He was extending out. He had safety car windows covered. He had VSC windows covered.
I disagree.
Covered.
I disagree. I don't think it was... Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking down his...
I understand what you're saying.
I think their cars, just the way that they were set up for this track... just made it so hard to overtake. And we did see a couple of times when that McLaren was chasing too closely, it didn't love it on its tyres, and that was Oscar's big problem to start. He was tangling with Leclerc, and that cost him a lot to start with, and he had to then race his tyres back in and manage them for such a long time. I think it played in Red Bull's hands a little bit. I don't think it was completely dominant. Like the fact that
it was 20 seconds in the end.
Yeah, I know, but they ran so long hoping for a safety car because they weren't overtaking him on. It wasn't possible to overtake him on track because he's so fast in that straight line.
Yeah.
They went for a different option, and it just meant it cost them time. If they had got the safety car, we would have been talking differently. But they knew they weren't going for the fastest race, and I think 20 seconds. It should have been more like 4. Maybe. Well, that's sort of where it was for most of the race.
Yeah.
But great result.
Awesome result.
And just another full credit to Max was that GP came out and said that throughout all the practice sessions, Max was gathering all this data, finding all these little tweaks to make, then in the end made this very dominant setup. Like, it just shows that when Max is given like a box of crowns, he can create a masterpiece at times. Yeah. And like, for GP to give credit to Max and the team for setting it up to get that win and to blindside, I think, a fair few people. I didn't expect Red Bull to be anywhere, but Max did it.
I referred to the High Performance podcast last week, and another thing that they talked about with Max, his high performance coach, who isn't with him at the moment, but one of the things he talked about with Max is Max would come to a track with information about something that the team didn't know about yet. Like, he looks like he's a bit blasé about things, and it just all comes naturally. And there is huge natural talent, but he'll go the extra mile to find things in his simulator work.
Yeah,
he will, like, at times. What was the track? What was the new track that? When Jeddah came in, it wasn't available to the teams, and he found somebody that could design it for him before it was available to the teams. And it's just he goes those extra miles, and he doesn't even need to do track walks because he spends so many hours on sims.
But that's that mentality that we've come to know from these next level champions like
absolutely.
Max. Like the stuff, the preparation that Lewis does. That's like Seb-esque preparation.
Yes.
Just to the nth degree of the notebook. First in, last out, and then reaping the rewards. And that's why I found it so refreshing on the weekend, and it was such a stark reminder to the rest of the field that if it was sort of him saying, if you're going to beat me, you are going to have to go above and beyond, because when he wins, it's just, like I said, he's just untouchable when he wins.
Yeah.
But when others win, it's a real sort of workmanlike on track win. And it's a second here, it's half a second there, and extenuating circumstances play part to it. But he just gets in, and when he's on, he just goes bang, and it's come and catch me if you can. Which, when he's like that, you can't.
Yep.
You just can't.
His teammate Yuki Tsunoda finished in 13th position.
Yeah, failed this week.
Yeah,
I said points as a pass last week. I'm sticking with that. No, 13th, no good.
Yeah,
better, but no.
I'm not taking the points as a pass, and 13th definitely ain't a pass, but. Yeah, as Sam sort of alluded to, there's certainly a driver 1, driver 2 situation going on across a lot of the grid at the moment.
Yeah, except for one team.
Except for one team, yeah. There's a driver 1 and a driver 2, but they just don't know it.
I don't think anyone knows it.
Then we did have Norris come home in second position with his teammate Oscar Piastri in third. Like I said about Norris, start of the race, he was nice and aggressive with Max, made sure Max wasn't able to make the road, and Max obliged by crossing over. He did try to move him into the grass too, Max. He was aggressive, but that Norris stuck in there, and I quite liked that about Norris.
No, I didn't mind that he stuck in there too. I wasn't a huge fan of his comment that he pushed him into the grass because, as I say, these things have got brake pedals, so if you don't want to be there, you can do something about it.
Yeah. I mean, they were alongside, but I'm
and Max kept the wheel straight.
Comments in cars, we give him a bit of leeway.
Yeah.
Because of course things are said. So Max crossed the corner, which gave Norris the lead. And like I said, I was expecting that McLaren to drive off into the distance, because as soon as it gets in clear air, that McLaren, it's a next level again.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to, and then lo and behold, Max has gone and got him.
And he got him early too, real early. Gave it back, did his whole, I'll give it back prior to the DRS, and then nabbed him, and then that was it. He was gone.
Well, battle was on for a little
bit,
15 laps ish, properly for 5.
Yep.
But it sort of felt like, oh yeah, he's going to go and sit in, he's going to bring his tyres in, they know it's a one-stopper, you can't go and attack the whole time.
It's a slow build of about 0.3 per lap, and it just eats
down. Yes, I was expecting him to just work those tyres.
Yep.
The McLaren should be better on their tyres, and we're going to see at the second part of that stint where he brings it back in, and probably the opposite actually happened in the end.
Absolutely.
However, once Max pitted, he was comfortable with where he was going to be. Then all of a sudden it was, well, let's see what we can do here because we're not going to get the undercut. That's been taken away from us. So we're going to run long. And that strategy was not going to be the fastest strategy unless they got a safety car. And they didn't get the safety car. And that was crucial. It's crucial in a couple of other areas too. But yeah, so that was crucial. Never got the safety car, which meant it wasn't the fastest way to race this race, which meant that they came out a long way behind, and then it wasn't able to achieve the things it was going to achieve. Also, the soft tyre just wasn't so much faster than the hard tyre. Anyway, the hard tyre performed
George showed the medium was the optimal tyre to be on.
So it was just it was a strategy that didn't work. Like I said, I think that Red Bull was just too hard to overtake at this track because of how slippery it was.
Yep.
Then we did see Oscar. When we talk about Oscar, and then we'll talk about the events after. Oscar's race was with Charles Leclerc, and Oscar actually got a really... Well, he started the race pretty well, but Charles actually jumped him at the start. Not at the start. In the first lap. Yeah. It was an interesting little battle.
I thought Charles's opening stint, and alluded to this last week, that there's a little bit of aggression in there from Charles at the moment, and I like it. I really like it. I am not afraid to move wherever I need to move. I'll do something a little bit borderline on the edge of cheeky, and the dive down inside of George at Zandvoort last week, I thought it was brilliant. We haven't seen that. It's always nice, Charles. I'm playing by the rules, and I don't want to see that. I want a little bit of aggression.
I think it's been a little bit there. We saw
it has now. I think now at the moment we're seeing it. He's like, we want
to see a bit more, don't we?
Yeah, it's like I've had a gutful.
Yep. He played on the fact that Oscar was in a championship battle.
Yep, which I liked. Yeah, I liked. I thought it was great.
Should.
Absolutely, we're out there racing. So no, I thought that was good. He got in the way, and I think was a bit of a thorn in the side, but.
Held Oscar up for, what was it, 10 laps?
10 laps, I reckon it was,
Yeah, and cost him about 6 seconds. So once Oscar got cleared, he was about 6 seconds behind.
2 laps and he was well out of there.
Sat with that 6 seconds for most of Oscar's stint.
Yeah.
And Oscar followed into this same method of, we're going to run long, and we'll see what happens there.
I think the clear air aided him with that tyre at the end, because towards the end of the stint...
Well, he went into management mode because he spent so long... Well, he spent lots of time cooking his tyres behind Charles.
Well, prior to the pit stops, he was, I think it was 2.8 across 6 laps he caught Lando.
Yep.
So he had that offset towards the end, and I think that big bulk time of clear air after the pass sort of aided him in that situation there.
Yep. How long until the end of the race was it before we got the radio call that you're boxing?
40, so
about 12 to go.
40,
12 to go.
12 to go, yeah. And so the radio message comes to Norris. We're going to pit Oscar first. Don't worry about the...
I thought it was the Norris asked him.
Norris
was asked.
And Norris's question posed to the team was, do you want to pit the other car first? Thoughts on that?
The team asked Norris.
So the team asked Norris to box, and then Norris turned to the team and said, do you want to pit the other car first?
Ah, okay, interesting. Yeah.
Correct.
Now...
And then...
Yep.
And then
we pitted.
They say...
Norris flies on by, and then...
Well, hang on, they say because they asked Norris, how do you feel about it? And he said, as long as it don't get undercut.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is fair. I'm all right with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
Yep. And so, anyway,
they said,
they go
we'll
on
do
pit
it,
Oscar
and you won't
first,
be undercut.
And you won't be undercut. Yep. And then he comes out. And it didn't look like he was going to undercut him, but it was getting a little bit close.
It was going to put him on his tail, and then we were going to be on for a race, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah. And then Norris does his pit stop. It's a long pit stop, and he comes out behind Oscar.
Yeah, it is. And the front left.
Yeah.
The front left again. Shane's man. Or woman. Whoever it is. Shane's person. Don't know who it is.
Shane's mole, yes.
Could be Mark Webber.
In a Scooby-Doo mask.
As front left, it could be Mark Webber there.
He's cost Oscar just as much as
it has. He could. So then the front left, and what were we? Stationary for 5.3, I think it was.
5.9.
5.9. And then the pass was made there and then.
Yep. Go on. Take us away. Who wants to start?
I'll start us.
Yep.
So I'm going to go. Let's go all the way back and let's start with Lando's request for, do you want to pit the other car first? I don't know why that call was made, other than him giving himself another lap of an opportunity of safety car. That's how I read that. I don't read that request as I'm looking after my title rival, who's put 25 points on me last round and is now, within arm's reach of getting ready to grab this title. I don't look at that and be like, I'm putting team first at all whatsoever. I think that's him.
And nor should it be.
No. And I think...
Nor should it be.
No, at the end, that's what the commentary was. Yeah, we're putting team first. If I'm racing you and you're in front, I'm not giving you first service at all whatsoever. And I don't know why that request was made other than I'm looking for an extra safety car. Because a safety car at that time, beautiful. Lando gets the pit stop the next round. Everyone else is under safety car condition. He gains 10 seconds. So it benefits him to Max, and it benefits him, and he holds position there in front of Oscar. And it might be of detriment to Oscar. I don't know. But the undercut wasn't there, which is great, because they talked about that as a team, and I don't mind that. I'm very happy with it.
It wasn't far off.
It wasn't far off, but they said that wasn't happening, and he was very clear.
Yep.
We applauded them last week, and the week's spotlight, that we are offering something to you, and then you live and die by your decision. But you make that call. So when it comes to that pit stop, and he's humming, and it hasn't worked out, I'm in full agreement with what Oscar said. Like, it is racing. Like, we offered you the pit stop, you denied it, you gave it to your teammate, the events occurred, you live and you die by your decision. Because that's where we got to that point before we arrived this round. The commentary that I find really difficult to swallow is that, well, the second pit stop was going to be 5.9. So that Lando was going to get the 1.91 fastest pit stop of the year. And then the second one was always, it's almost like put in out there that it was going to be 5.9. No, it wasn't going to be 5.9. It's just how the cards fell. So that's the part of the commentary I find really, really difficult to swallow. Almost like we knew it was going to be someone else's. You have no idea how long a pit stop's going to go.
It's like rolling a dice. Just because you have a 6-sided dice,
it doesn't mean doesn't mean
you're going to get a 6.
You're going to get what you get, and that's what you got. I don't know why we're trying to be so nice about it with this, and it's. I think Oscar has done himself absolute favours, and has gained all the fanfare and all the memento, and has kind of come out of this looking the better of the two.
Oh, without doubt. Across the world, yeah.
And it reminded me of, and I'm glad you're here, Sam, because I'm trying to think of the year. It reminds me of the year in, I feel like I want to say Jerez, with Schumacher and is it Villeneuve? And then when they have that incident in practice or quali.
We need Shane here for this.
We do need Shane, don't we? I thought Sam's good at this too. And he goes down and he runs down to the garage and he makes the fanfare and he turns the heat onto them and not on him. And then suddenly it's like we're the bad guys and we're not. And that's, I feel like, that is, Oscar has come out looking like that. That he said, you know what? We said that if a slow pit stop is part of racing, I don't know what's changed, but I'll do it if you want. And everyone's gone, you are unreal for doing that. I don't know. This is the pinnacle of motorsport for the highest caliber of world title. And we're playing it like we're playing 7-year-old soccer. Would you like to have a turn? Well, it's my turn now. And then, who else hasn't had a turn at winning a race? That's not how we go racing. And I don't want to go racing like that at all.
Sam?
And to justify the means over the radio to say that this will square up Hungary of last year.
No.
That does not square up an undercut that happened a year ago when they weren't in a championship fight. Like,
in a totally different situation.
Different situation. It's like no one bungled a pit stop or anything like that back in Hungary. It was an undercut, overcut. We made the wrong call, the wrong driver, and apparently that went the wrong way.
That's a poor team call.
And Lando sooked on for, 4 laps. He was holding
more than that.
Holding the team hostage. Pretty much was on the second last lap. Was not backing down. And then he backs down on second last lap, first corner, to allow him to have the pass. And they say, okay, you can go racing. But then, then you cut to this, and you're 4 seconds slower on a pit stop. So a 1.9 for Oscar, and you're running a 5.9 for Lando. And it's only because of a wheel gun. I didn't even know what was happening live. Like, I thought maybe the front jackman didn't flip his switch. Yeah. I didn't know if the rear jackman didn't flip his switch.
It was a wheel gun error because it was flashing green and red the whole time.
Yeah, and he saw the guy,
the other one to
the
grab
supervisor,
his attention.
Tap him on the shoulder. A whole team. It's not just one guy like Mark Webber in the Scooby-Doo mask. It was that the guy on the shoulder actually had to tap him, point to the wheel gun and say, hey, your torque's not up to spec. And then he looks at his gun, then he goes for it. And that adds 4 seconds. Okay? And then what we're going to do is then everything goes back out. Lando is behind Piastri by a margin, but, you know, if you have your racecraft back on, you take your lines clean, you make your decisions and everything like that. You're on the newer tyres, maybe you can get back. But instead, over the radio, they say, we want you to switch back. This will square up everything from Hungary last year. And I'm pretty sure that Piastri was coming up with every single Australian swear word imaginable in his head. Awesome. But of course, FIA's listening to the radio, so you don't want to say those swear words.
I mean, it's also not Piastri's method.
And it's not his MO. Oh, except for when an Alpine runs you off the road in Austria, then you definitely swear. But then Piastri relents, and you just know he's seething with rage, and he's ready for what will come in the next 9 races. And as a few people have said, what happens if we go to Abu Dhabi and everything's actually pretty cut, close and dry, and for some reason, whatever be, that Piastri gets a slow pit stop and then he goes behind Norris? Are they really going to say we would like to square away Monza? But it's not going to be cool. It's not going to be cool. The call won't make it.
No,
because apparently we've squared away the debt, and this is it. But have we set a precedent?
Of course we have. Absolutely we have. At what point do we draw the line? And if this is like the theme and the way that we're going to go racing, right? So let's say we've done it this week. We might probably end up doing it 2 or 3 more times. If this is Papya rules and this is the way that it's going to be, if it's okay this round, let's say it's okay next round, and let's say in 4 rounds' time it's okay again. At what point do you draw the line? Like you say, we think worst case scenario, Abu Dhabi, it comes down to it. So what if we have that situation there, and then we say, no, not today? Why not now? Like, why can we do it now? Why can we do it if it happens again? But then we get to that key point where someone's taken home a title and we decide, no, it's just gloves are off. Then we're changing the narrative to suit us as we go. And if that's the way that we're going to go racing, it's not the right way to go racing with that. It's not at all. I think last round they did it beautifully. They asked the question, and now I don't know, dumbfounded, to be quite honest. Absolutely dumbfounded by it.
Yeah. At the time, I wasn't as peed off as what I have become a little bit. I'm still not lost in it all. Like, for me, the part that annoyed me the most is they try to disguise the pit stop as if they're covering off Charles. Which is nonsense.
We never were.
Yeah, it was nonsense. They had 7 laps up their sleeve. I mean, you cover off a slow pit stop.
Yep.
Funny enough. Yep. You do cover off a slow pit stop. And so there's a slight cover there. And so it doesn't really fly for me. What they're mainly covering off is the possibility of a safety car coming out. If Norris had a pitted first and Oscar pits second, the safety car comes out after Norris has pitted. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, hang on, how do we deal with this situation if Oscar gets that benefit? Because that would leapfrog Lando.
But see, the thing for me is they don't have to deal with
No, yeah.
And that's
absolutely
what I'm not enjoying about this.
Yeah, look, you got to... For me, there has to be a little bit of credit go to McLaren's way, which is not something I was expecting to be feeling, where they're dealing with this situation, and this situation is that everyone is actually getting along really well. It's not going to stay that way for the rest of the season. They want to keep it as harmonious as possible for as long as possible because that's what's best for them. That's what's best for their brand. And it has come at the wrong time when there is a lot of people thinking that absolutely they are favouring Norris a little bit more than they're favouring Oscar, even if they don't admit it or even understand they're doing it themselves.
Yep.
I don't think it's a completely obvious thing that they're trying to do. I just think it's just there is a little bit going on there, but I don't know. For me, it's not the end of the world. Oscar he was 34 points up. He was going to get to, it is a 6-point swing. He was going to get an extra 3 rather than lose 3. He's gone to 31 points. He now has an absolute team looking after him because he's done the right thing by that team without acting like a little brat like when Lando did. He didn't embarrass the team at all. He towed the company line. He lost 3 points. He is now absolutely in control of the situation because they now owe him. They now owe him, and so for me, like
he'll bank that for the moment he needs it.
Yeah. For me, it's like it works. Like everyone keeps on talking about the fact that if it happens in the last race, is it going to work? Well, no one's managed a team this harmoniously through a championship season where it's been obvious that one of these two are going to be champions, as well as these guys have. Give them a bit more credit. Give them a bit more credit because it is working at the moment. Like there is people that are peed off. There's people that are emotional. Those people aren't Oscar.
No.
Because Oscar is so calculated. And he, even though it hurt him, and like Sam said, he would have been thinking all those things, and he was so onto the fact that there was a slow pit stop. I love that drivers are so onto the fact that there's a slow pit stop for somebody. They're watching screens. He knew it straight away. Max knew it straight away. But he was onto it so quickly, and he knew that this wasn't within what they discussed already. He made that very clear and then did what he was needing to do. For me, it was like, you know what? It's worth the 3 points. 6 points, really. It's worth the 6 points for the fact that you now have control of this team.
I kind of half agree with that last bit you said, but it's not worth the 6 points.
Yeah, in a championship year, it is so hard to say that.
Yep.
But yeah, I just think it's just.
So if
you're not giving Oscar enough credit. He is in such control.
This is done nothing but harm and damage McLaren as a team. It's done
they're not damaged.
No, but they are. They absolutely
really not.
They are.
They are managing the situation beautifully.
No, I don't know that they are.
Name the last team that was so harmonious when there's two competitive drivers.
Definitely not Mercedes in 2016.
The thing that damages them, right? They have come from the wilderness and built this up, and we had that year where we were learning to win, and we were getting along a lot wrong there. And that's okay. We had our cracks at the moment that needed to be, and then they were on the fly, making changes, developing a winning culture, and then we got to last year, and it was working. They have not nailed this weekend at all. If we stop, right, so if we do the pit stops, and then we just go, well, you know what? That's racing. We didn't do it on purpose. Things happen. Play on. And yes, you finished third, and we're really sorry, but we'll work hard to make another pit stop work for you as best we can.
No, that's contriving things.
No. If he comes in and he stops, and he's offered the stop and he turns it down, and then it goes wrong in the pit stop, and we just go play on. We're not talking about this. That's not an issue. And it's second place to Oscar.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, they put themselves in a situation they need to be. I agree.
Their fan base that they have built has now become incredibly decisive, and I've seen it all over social media for the last 2 days. It has divided their fan base. It has harmed Lando more than anything because there's been that undertone for the last month that there are things that are happening, and it's always fallen his way. He was jeered for the first time. The broadcast is so Lando focused, which makes watching
but that's what's making your opinion worse.
But that's what's
McLaren's not doing that.
No, I know McLaren aren't, but by making these calls,
just name me the team that's managed the situation as they've managed it so far.
They're managing it
like
in a different way.
It mightn't come off by the end of the season.
No.
But Red Bull couldn't do it when Mark and Seb were in the championship battle. No. Mercedes certainly couldn't do it. I mean, whenever there is a battle, it is ugly, and they are managing the situation beautifully. And
Ferrari with Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello with the whole Austria incident where they told them to switch and everything like that. Like, everybody got pissed that Ferrari told them that Schumi needs to get up there, and then Schumi tried to do the right thing and hand the trophy to Rubens for the Austrian Grand Prix. Yeah. And, everyone booed them off and everything like that.
And now Oscar's in control. Lando's not in control. Oscar's in control.
I totally agree with you with Oscar. I agree with that. I don't want to see this turn-taking style of winning.
No. I don't either. But they are navigating this as they go. I'm not as critical as what many are, and I'm usually pretty bloody critical.
I feel that there is, when Dan retired, Zach Brown's comments around his ability to write performance clauses into contracts is what hurt him hugely, and that's why Dan walked away with such a handout at the end of it, because he didn't get that contract right. And I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. I wonder if there's something that he's done.
Yes, I remember.
Within whatever is written that is forcing their hand with this.
You are so...
The Belgian Grand Prix episode.
I think it's just... And whether it's monetary or it's what we're asking team to do...
That's all they want to do. They are making money over money with the performances that they're getting at the moment. They could... That's just such a Australian-focused look at this championship. It isn't like they are wrapped with where they're at. Does Zach absolutely froth Lando, and is he desperate for him to win a championship?
Yeah, absolutely
he is, but is he stopping Oscar from winning one? No, he's not, and he just isn't.
My worry is where do we draw the line?
Yes, and that part is fine.
And if this happens in Baku, right, and it's the other way around, and then suddenly we decide to do nothing.
Where do we draw the line is the challenge which they are facing at the moment.
And that's why I feel like...
But your answer is to turn them against each other.
No, not turn them against each other.
But that's exactly what would happen. They would start ripping shreds off each other as soon as they start taking these things. They're trying to keep it harmonious.
I don't think the team need to interject in the way that they are to keep this harmonious.
Prove it.
If both of the boys are being as level-headed as what they say...
Prove it.
Then... No, but
what's the proof? There's no proof.
No, because we're interjecting. We're not just letting them go.
So what's the proof that it's not working?
This weekend is the perfect proof of that.
No, it's not. It worked beautifully for them. Other than the fact that Norris got some G's on the podium of a country that was unbiased. For me, it is still working for them.
I think what we just need to do, so this is going to become the McLaren episode.
No, it's the talking point of the week.
I know. But I think what McLaren needs to do, what Norris needs to do, what Piastri needs to do, everyone, including Zach Brown, sit down in your big point chairs. Here we go. The line's drawn. But this is it. There is no more team politics. There's no more asking the switch. Let them actually race on.
Yeah,
there's no
if somebody pretty good job of that. They've done a pretty good job.
They have done a pretty good job.
And I think this weekend, with the decision that they made, was kind of a shit one.
Yep.
But in saying that, let's just say that this weekend was just this weekend, and we just put the stop on that. Baku, new weekend. And if Piastri gets a bungled stop, we don't switch. We just let Piastri race, put his teeth into it, learn, do the things that he needs to prove that he's a world champion, like Max has done year after year, when Max has had his back up against the wall, and then he had to prove himself. No team politics, Max just got it done. If Piastri wants to win, there's no more team politics. And the same thing for Lando. I think they are going
to have to do one in that return a favour to Oscar.
No return.
Like you said, he has. I agree with you. He's got one now. He's banked one.
It's not even that. It's just you bring the team around you. So things like the fact that they didn't fight the penalty that Oscar got at Silverstone.
Yep.
So it's just those little things. You just no. This is our man. He did what we needed to do, so he didn't embarrass his team at that moment. He's our man. He's got our backs. We've got his back. It's just that little bit of mindset shift. It's just great play. And he will get a mindset shift out of all of this, and it's just going to sit with him now beautifully. Now, if it needs to be fought, Mark Webber will be going in and saying, look, you clearly know which is the better driver here. He'll be walking out the door as soon as someone decent comes knocking, unless you start looking after him. And that's the play. Oscar doesn't need to do anything.
No, he doesn't.
It's fine.
No, I total agreement with everything he's saying about Oscar. I really am.
Yeah. But they're also like, you got to give them some credit. It is new ground that they're trying to break here, and they've done it better than anyone. Red Bull, mind you, like it was towards about this time of the championship where Multi 21 did kick in, but they're doing a pretty decent job at it at this stage. Charles Leclerc was in a Ferrari. He came fourth.
There were other people finished.
Charles Leclerc. So they've made some changes. They've seen some results. Is it the result they want? Absolutely not. Is it a step in the right direction? It seems to be. Everyone's a bit happier with where that Ferrari's at. It's far too late to make a difference because they're not going to make any more changes to that Ferrari throughout the season. But I think if you're Ferrari, you're happy to understand where things went wrong and how you fixed it going into 2026. The last thing that team wants is a mystery car. While everything is going to be new next year, you don't want a car that has completely beaten you for that season. And I think they've sort of made some changes there, which would make everyone a little bit more positive around the place. Thoughts?
Yeah, well, no thoughts on Ferrari for me. That's just
Hamilton better?
No.
Coming from a fair way back, he had a 5-place grid penalty, finished in 6th.
No, because that's probably where it is, and I think the 5-place penalty, upon reflection, was a bit meh. To be honest, bit meh.
Tell me more.
Yeah, we dealt with it afterwards. I think he was shocked by it.
It was committed before a race.
Yeah.
And served
after a race.
The next race.
At a following event, which makes no sense to me.
I'm with you on that.
I'm not sure how much extra time they bloody need to decide. So I don't know about that. So that's probably its rightful position. Yep. And if you look at who he finished in front of, well, he really shouldn't be beaten by those handful in front of him anyway. Behind him, sorry. So that's just where they are. And I don't know.
Yeah, that's about right, because the thing was, he was in 10th. He had an absolute barnstorming time on the first few laps. I was watching him cut up, and I'm like, he's going to get Russell, and then he's going to go into Leclerc. What's going to happen? But then he just sort of stops behind Russell, and Tristan's right. Like, where he sat is just where the car is. Like, he got past who he needed to.
The difference,
and then after that, the performance is just that.
Yeah, the difference of this race is Hamilton 3 races ago wouldn't have made that move through all those cars. I mean, Bortoletto and Albon aren't that easy to go and get these days. No. And so the Hamilton of 3 races ago wouldn't have made that change. He would have finished in the bottom of the points or out of the points. And so I think there's a bit more positivity coming from him. It seems like his body language has improved a little bit.
It was probably more the occasion that brought that out of him too. It's the first time in Ferrari in Monza in front of your crowd.
Even though...
And it was it was, I need to show faith to these.
So the Dutch Grand Prix started showing a little bit more positivity, but he is a big man on the politics.
I think he worked his fans beautifully across the weekend.
You can't go from being down in the dumps to being Mr. Positive straight away. So he might have been working that up straight away.
You can't turn up to Monza in a Ferrari and be, I hate everyone in this team, in this car, and everything sucks because the entire country will eat you alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's he played that well. And obviously understood his position within the team. And
I thought he did as well as he probably could have for Monza.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. There's nothing to crow about.
No,
it's an improvement on where they were, and that's probably all you can sort of mention at the moment.
They'll be disappointed with the year. You can't not be. You can't not be.
Possibly the biggest failure of the year.
Oh,
I mean, that's a discussion to be had, isn't it? Towards the end, but
absolutely they are.
Yeah, no, definitely disappointing. George Russell, 5th position.
Looked at some stage like he was going to sneak something.
And then didn't really sneak anything.
And especially in the heat, because it was hot. And the Merc doesn't work in the heat. But then sort of ended up, just sort of in no man's land.
Was it crazy hot, though, or was it just warm?
It was quite hot. It was quite hot. I actually saw they were spraying, and I'm really, really glad that they went through this on the pre-show. But they were spraying Lando with like a spray bottle of blue liquid, which turned out to be mouthwash.
Oh,
because it gives you. I know. Again, the first time I'd learnt something on the pre-show for a very, very long time, that it gives you the sensation on your skin of being cool.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
I've given up. I went back and watched the grid walk, and actually,
wasn't the best.
No, but actually enjoyed Nico Rosberg.
Yes.
He actually behaved himself. He wasn't trying to be a shock jock.
He's found his little...
Yeah, it was a little bit better than I've seen in the past. He wasn't trying to be a shock jock. He added a few little extra things. I'm like, you know what? It's not too bad. I've just worked it out. Nico, if you're listening, just relax. Well, don't be yourself.
Sorry,
but
Nico.
But be more like that, and
like
you will be better.
Yeah.
And
I
then
like
the post-race interviews. It
But
was
I can't-
terrible.
No, I loved the post-race, and I loved
no.
him grilling
I can't deal with him in general,
science.
but yes, no,
I
that's
think he's
about.
found it.
I've
I
given
liked
up
it.
watching a bit of pre and post at the moment because I just don't need to be in that Lando space, and that's an easy choice to make at the moment. Alex Albon came home in 7th position. Oh, sorry, actually, we missed Kimi Antonelli in 9th position, and for the first time in his career, Toto Wolff actually gave him a little bit of a backhander. Gave him a little bit of a drive-by, saying that it just wasn't up to scratch and that it was a scrappy race and it wasn't good enough. And he said it a few times. It wasn't like he misspoke. He said it a few times. And I think the Kimi Antonelli support regime is still alive and well, and he did reiterate that we've got his back and he's going to be our driver.
Sometimes you need to...
However, there was a little bit of a toughen up and get better because he is making some shocking mistakes at the moment.
Well, for a man on 12-month contract, you'd be worried.
He's making some terrible mistakes at the moment.
You'd be worried, yeah.
Outside of Colapinto, is he the worst rookie of the year?
Yeah, you could probably say right now
close.
he would be second last.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you would say Behrman's driving better than him. Behrman's just non-existent, but
I
doing...
don't know. Yeah,
doing
him
well.
and Behrman are maybe on par a little bit.
I think-
Behrman shows things and then also makes silly mistakes.
I think the lack of car and the almost break-even result with Kimi, for me, puts Behrman ahead. The fact that Kimi's got a Merc and he almost breaks even with Behrman is what drops him down for me.
The auditor would like to step in.
Did you just refer to yourself as your
Yeah,
own
well, he's,
nickname?
no.
Dear.
Guess who has 10 penalty points out of the 12 and is very close to a race ban?
That's probably Kimi Antonelli.
No, it's Behrman.
Behrman, there you go.
Yeah, he makes a lot of dumb mistakes too.
So no, he'd be there. Hajar's out racing him. Bortoletto's out racing him at
Correct,
the moment.
yes.
Even Lawson's out racing him, to be quite honest.
Yep. So, but anyway, he did still pick up a couple of points, which.
Yeah.
But
But
yes,
still, it was a scrappy practice session. He was not really doing much in quality.
It's just,
and we just sort of fell there almost. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yep, he needs a performance coach.
We're on Kimi watch.
He needs a performance coach.
Does
After hearing the High Performance podcast from Max's man.
Isn't it a great podcast?
Oh, I was just fascinated with the things Max's performance coach.
Have you listened to other episodes
No,
of things?
no.
Oh, you should.
Honestly, it isn't that I'm against it. I've forgotten to get to it a couple of
Too
times.
so far around to see it.
Yeah, but so anyway, he just desperately needs someone just to shift that mind and make some better decisions, relax a bit. Alex Albon, 7th in the Williams, once again, best of the rest. He's turned it around, hasn't he, Mr. Albon? From what? In terms of, they had a little spiral.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of spiral.
And he's turned that around and he's got back onto being Mr. Consistent again. He's making some nice race moves. Good to see. You would never guess it. Carlos Sainz was looking pretty good. My God, what is with this man at the moment?
I'm just going to throw it out there.
What is with him?
And I'm all right for it to come back to me at the end of the year.
Go on.
But he would be the worst performing driver of the year.
I could not argue with that.
Nobody is racing worse
Colapinto
than
is.
he is.
Colapinto
is. You know what?
He is. And I think actually Antonelli is.
I
but
don't know that he'd be
Carlos
far off
Sainz,
right now.
for a man in good positions, he wasn't able to get himself in good positions. The positive is he's managed to get himself into good positions. But my God, has he found his way to throw him away as well.
The positive is that whatever he's negotiated with his contract on a very
Well played.
short-term deal is, my God, the best thing in the world.
Yeah,
because,
he's got a couple of years.
he's done it, and then he's gone, isn't he? But no, it was, look, they were both up there in practice, and they looked like they kind of did very much what Aston did last week. They were up there in the practice, they were looking all right in quality, you sort of ummed and ahed, went, Williams? And then one fell away, and it was just about a 7th. So, yeah, it's just, he's, no. it's if we get to the end of the year, then for me, the failure team of the year is Ferrari, and the failed driver of the year is Sainz. If this was the end of year app, and we're putting our two big fails in, that is our driver and our team right now.
Oh, I think Alpine have got something to say about that, but yeah,
it's not working.
Because with Colapinto, he's never had success. Like, he's always just been bottom of the barrel. While with Sainz, he's been a Ferrari race winner. He was doing great things. So Tristan's right. Like, if he keeps going like this, he's the failure of the year because we know he can do better, and he's an equal machinery with Alex Albon, yet he's doing practically nothing. So I thought
his move last week on Lawson was a bit meh. I thought his move on Behrman, gave no room at all whatsoever.
And the penalty goes to Behrman.
And this is a man with skill and experience and knows how to give race room, and just turned up and went no, and then got hit and wanted to know why he got hit, and it's because he gave him absolutely no room. I don't know where Behrman was supposed to go for that.
Behrman got a penalty because
but I know.
You know what they're doing now? They're playing the rules.
Yeah.
Now that they know what the rules are, they're playing the rules.
And we're all confused because we're like,
but we're not. We know why everyone's getting this. It just doesn't seem right at the moment.
No.
Yeah, it's an interesting scenario that they've got themselves in at the moment. He's in struggle town, isn't he?
Yep.
Bortoletto, on the other hand, once again another stellar result.
Team Green.
Stellar result. It's
Brilliant.
fun to watch, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's just
it's the feel-good story of the year.
Yeah, and to be doing what he's doing against Hulkenberg, who is a bloody good driver.
Labelled a C-grade rookie at the start of the year, and now it's like, maybe you're not.
Yep. Isaac Hadjar, 10th. From the back to 10th?
Yeah, that's all right. That's pretty. It's better than all right, isn't it?
It's better than all right.
It's pretty damn good.
It's almost what you expect from him now, but which is a bit unreasonable because his teammate finished in 14th and he didn't finish at the back.
Oh, I tell you what, he'll be hoping that he doesn't get caught up to Red Bull, won't he?
Well, I'm loving the memes where he's like hiding from Red Bull,
I would
lurking in
be
the bushes
too.
and things like that.
I would be too.
How can he play this? 2026 is a different year.
It's
a different year.
He can't.
Isaac, come and drive for the Red Bull team in 2026. What does he say?
He doesn't get to say. And that's the thing. If he doesn't want to do it, he has to leave. That's the only way he doesn't get to do it.
Is it a 2026 new car? It is very different.
And Ford as your engine package, which has not been proven.
Not with the man.
What's the Racing Bulls going with?
Racing Bulls is also the Ford engine.
So that doesn't matter. But yes, it's for me. It's just like you go and give it a go because it's a new one. For me, I just hope they've learnt that they can't just develop a car around Max, and you've got to think about that second driver because now it's costing him. They've won 4 world championships, so bloody good on them. Like, it's worked. You can't say, "Oh, you idiots! How could you have done this?" 4 world championships is a good thing.
That's a very good
thing. If anyone wants a little reality check, it's a good thing. But what they've got to think about in the future is, moving forward, I'm sure Max can drive these cars, no matter what it is. Let's develop a car that's a little bit more of an all-rounder, and hopefully for 2026 they've done that.
The day they'll think about that is the day that Max hands his keys in and heads off elsewhere. That's the day.
Well, Max is only holding off doing that because he doesn't want to just jump the gun and pick the wrong team.
But that's
see the shake-up,
He wants to see what
Max turns up
who.
in 26 and says, "I want this," and then Hadjar says, "No thanks."
Yep.
They say, "I don't think we asked you to speak, Isaac Hadjar," and then they do it anyway.
You want to talk about anyone else?
No.
Aston Martin were pretty rubbish.
Yeah.
I cried for Fernando's front right. He was actually doing really well. And
he was doing well.
Broken suspension.
He was
feel for it.
He was doing well.
They were doing quite well for a round that they don't expect anything. He was actually motoring along the great man.
3, 2, and 1. Thanks to all signs. Thanks to all signs. What on earth is? What's going to be the result?
I'm giving Max 3.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Do you just record this at a later time? Because I'll stop recording these.
No, I record,
You're
listen to the podcast, do quality checks, everything. Yeah,
Quality checks.
And I'm sure they are going really well.
Yeah.
I know when you turn on my microphone, I'll turn it down. So.
We'll be sure to make sure that you feed that back to us.
And the People's Championship is up to date, so don't worry. Been recording.
Here you go. I love it. I love it a lot. So 3 to Max for you, is it?
Yep. 3 to Max, yep. I'm going to give 2. I'm going to give 2 to Hadjar because last to second is quite tidy.
Last to 10th.
Last to second is quite tidy. Last to 10th is quite good. And then, geez, I don't know. There's not much else really to write home about when you really think about it. I mean, probably just give one to Alex if I have to, but. Outside of that,
if I have
outside of that,
you fulfilled Nat's wishes. You're up and about Albon.
No, I don't know that I'm up and about when I'm thinking.
You just gave a point to Albon.
No, well, because to the McLaren boys deserve a point. Not really. Charles, not really. George, not really. Lewis, not really. Alex, Bortoletto, Antonelli, no. Sainz, no. Behrman, no. Yuki, no. Lawson, no. Ocon, no. Gasly, no. Colapinto, no. Aston's, no. Hulk, no. He's dead last.
Okay.
All right, so just by default, Alex gets a point.
What about you?
I gave 3 points to Hadjar to go from pit lane to get 10th, and then to Pants, Yuki, and Lawson. That's pretty impressive in my book. So 3 points to Hadjar.
I like it. We should get Tristan to do that race rundown next time.
What's that?
We could save a lot of time on this podcast if you just went through them. No. Yeah, he was okay.
Look,
no.
I'm surprised.
Yes,
I'm shocked that we had other things to discuss after McLaren because I was just all McLaren prepared this round.
I had a little squeeze at the clock, which is why I moved the conversation on to McLaren, and we're 43 minutes in.
Well, luckily that 12. Lucky for you that half the field did nothing.
2 points, Bortoletto. Got on the Italian Chinese pasta and absolutely blitzed the Italian Grand Prix. So. Good on you, Bortoletto. And
very good.
Then I just gave 1 point to Max. I know I often don't give it to the top runners, but for whatever that pig of a car it's been this year, and to just do all that tuning and work and actually stick it on the win.
Yep.
Just got to give him the point.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm going to go 3 points to Max. It was a stellar drive, and if you can take a win off McLaren at the moment, you deserve everything you can get. 2 to Alex Albon. And I'll give 1 to Bortoletto. I thought, once again, if you're putting the Kick Sauber into 8th spot, you're doing very nicely. A dud of the day.
Dud of the day. Dud of the day for me goes to Rachel Brooks's question to Lewis in the post-race, where she asked him after finishing in 6th position, will he be making his way to the podium post-race? And to Lewis's credit, as my slight hero of the hour for his response, just immediately turns to her and goes, no, because I didn't earn my spot on the podium. Like, why are we asking drivers would they like to head up to the podium at the end of the session when they didn't win?
Because the podium has turned into this spot where you go and you see to the Fossey. I can understand where she was coming from. I just don't know why she had to ask it.
Why we ask it?
No, I know, but because Nico and the team were up there at the end of the race. Yes, I know. Yeah, no, I understand that. That's fair. I think quite a few people are getting up there and revving that crowd up, and it's a bit of a thing. I'm with you completely, but why would you ask that question?
Why are we asking that? What's he going to say? Yeah, I'm going to go up and stand top set.
Yeah, can't wait to go see him. Yep.
Is it just, has she been hanging around McLaren too long? And it's like, who's
everyone? Your go.
Everyone, come and get your trophy and come and get your certificate for the weekend. No. So no, dumb questions deserve dumb responses. And it's just. Yeah,
it's a good response.
It's a brilliant response. Good on him for turning there and just going, no, that's not what we do. You don't do that. Next thing we'll be taking turns. Who's driving the McLaren this weekend? Oh, I haven't had a drive. Oh, you can drive.
That sounds fun.
You can drive.
Sounds fun.
Yuki, it's your turn to win.
What's yours, Rog?
Bloody hell.
Honestly, I don't have a major one.
It's because Nico's doing a great job, so you're a bit all at sea, aren't you?
Other than, I didn't watch a lot of pre and post.
Nailing it, and you're going, oh my God, he's so good to listen to.
No, look, it's the ones that aren't good enough. I'm looking at my board. Okay.
Did we? I didn't even know the
Yeah,
board
well,
still existed.
The beauty of the board is it comes and goes when it needs to.
As you feel and as you sort of remember it's there.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a lot of dust on it.
Pretty much. And so for me, it's just...
Are we putting Science in Pretenders right now?
No, because he's already shown. He can't be a pretender yet. He's shown that he can race. And so it's not working for him at the moment.
He's having the barrel at the moment?
No, he's not. For me, I'm just a bit sick of the Strolls, the Kimi Antonellis, the Ocons, the Yukis, and the Franco Colapintos at the moment. No, not at the moment. There's five drivers I'm just a bit sick of.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, let's start bringing some new people in.
Already?
Yeah, I think so. I can't see the point of it. Of them in the sport at the moment.
Who are your five?
The five? Well,
who are your fab
Esteban
five?
Ocon.
Yep.
Esteban Ocon. What are you achieving in the sport at the moment?
Yep.
Okay, you've turned completely anonymous.
Yep.
Did he race on the weekend?
Did he? My race rundown answered your question there.
Yep.
Didn't it?
I mean, I'm sick of Lance Stroll putting things in gravel.
Like,
he's got to stop doing that.
And calling people idiots because they take Ascari weird. After so many... Nearly every single time there's an incident and Ascari... Stroll is there, especially that year where he called Seb an idiot for rejoining.
And it's never his fault. Yep.
Nope, it's never Stroll's fault as Ascari.
Yep. Colapinto, I mean, everyone knows that hasn't worked. Let's do it another go. Let's just see what happens.
Colapinto brings money. He gets to have as many goes as he likes.
And South America's greatest driver is
right.
Bortoleto.
He can do whatever he likes as long as he wants, even though Flav comes out and says, you're not doing a good job.
Yuki's spot in Formula 1's done. Like, he's not offering anything. He's going to get a reserve drive next year. That'll be about it. He's become a bit pointless. And then, for me, I mean, and that's harsh because he could probably drive for somebody else. But has he ever shown that he's going to be a great driver? No, and he's had plenty of time to do that. And then, for me, like, Kimi, come on, man. This is Formula 1. Big boy pants now. Let's see it. Let's get it on. Let's make it happen. So, yeah, it's just pretty terrible drivers at the moment. They're annoying me. I haven't got a hero. Have you got a hero?
I've got a hero that goes into my dad.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, swing. Max into Yuki. So, as we've agreed on this podcast, there is no such thing as 110%ing a car. The car has potential, and a driver can get up to 100%.
Thank you, Sam. Who did I have this argument with before? It was you. You with that person.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So Max is getting, like, say, 90, like, to 100% out of whatever this car was. Like, he tuned it, he refined it, he got the setup, he won. Max is a hero for that. Because if it was any other driver, like if we had Hadjar or Lawson in that main seat alongside Yuki, nothing would have happened with that car, and Red Bull would be outside the points. So Max is a hero for that. So then flip it into the dud. It's Yuki. You had somebody set up the car for you that figured out all these things, and then you absolute spud. You got 30% or less out of that potential, and you went nowhere. You were beaten by Hadjar in potentially lesser machinery and who is a less experienced driver than you. And the only reason why Lawson finished behind you was that he was missing his aero components from a crash. So Yuki, you're a dud.
Beaten by Behrman.
Gosh.
Carlos Sainz, who made lots of mistakes. I'm with you.
Just, you had so much potential in the car thanks to Max, and you squandered it, you muppet.
Oh.
Yep, Sam's...
Oh.
I'm not allowed to swear, but I'll throw around the M word.
Oh, I didn't know.
The M word.
The M word.
Not that M word, but...
All right.
There you go.
Sounds like when a 5-year-old come tells you...
I like it a
I'm
lot.
on the red cordial.
I like it a lot.
They said bum. I'm like, and...
F1.5.
F1.5 is the greatest championship in the world. Hey, I tell you who else did a great job on the weekend? Ferrari's livery team did a pretty alright job.
Yes, I actually love
Really?
that.
Pretty alright. Oh, yeah, pretty alright.
Was there anything special about it?
It matched Lauder's.
Would you... Hang on. Was there anything special about it?
Yep, it was white, and it was a replica of Lauder's Ferrari.
No, 1983.
There were elements his Ferrari.
Oh, they didn't bring back the 1983 F1 car to race.
90% accurate to it. I even liked the little finer details where they actually drew like the wheels from Lauders on the external covers.
The bronze cross.
That was quite nice. It was quite nice.
Yeah, that's
quite
great.
a nice Ferrari. So well done. Was I up and about it? No. Am I going to buy merch? No.
So it wasn't special.
It was still pretty good.
I loved it.
It was nice.
Sorry. I didn't ask. Was it pretty good?
Like, that's nice. You know, when you wash your car and you're like,
hey,
it's nice.
Hey guys, I've got an idea.
Yep.
Everyone huddle around. Everyone huddle around. What we're going to do? We're going to do a new livery, and it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's going to be pretty good.
Well,
won't that be fun?
From the livery team, that when they go, hey, let's do a livery, and they're like, what are we doing? And they go, nothing.
More blue for HP.
No. Hey, you're talking to the preacher, my friend.
I know, I'm telling you. Anyway, F1.5, it could be getting close to, we're back in Albon territory here because, he's had a win on the weekend. So he's had two really great rounds on the bounce. All right. Ready to go? Business as usual, random order, and then top 4. And then, I'm going to go back this week, and I'm going to remind you who's in 5th and 6th, because they're going to be close to top 4.
Oh, well, I can't wait to be reminded about 5th and 6th.
I'm just going to remind you.
Do you want to crack that beer just to get through this?
All right. Colapinto,
so the Benedictine.
35 points for Colapinto. 134.
How many points did he get this weekend?
2. 134 for Lawson. And then you've got Bortoletto, as brilliantly as he's doing. 87. 87. Jeepers. Look at that.
I've really there was
more.
Beer.
There was more.
I blame Sam.
There was more bubbles in my son's bath than there is in that beer, and I tell you what, that's a massive glass. It's about
and I just topped it up.
Jeepers. Wow. That's it looks like a dishwasher.
Anywho,
anyway, back to it. Sorry, Colapinto 35. Lawson.
Tell us who's coming 6th.
Lawson 134. I'll get to it. Hold your breath. Bortoletto on 87. He scores 18 for the round. Hulkenberg on 145. Gasly is 129 points. Stroll is on 107 for Behrman. Doing all right. 131 for Behrman. Sainz on 133. Can you believe that? Is that a reflection of Behrman doing well or Sainz doing poorly? That they're only 2 points adrift from one another. In 4th place is the man that you love to hate at the moment, is Esteban Ocon. Just ticking over another 6 for the round. He's on 147. He's within striking distance of the podium, believe it or not. Where would he live on your board there?
He's in a pretender.
He's a pretender. Well, he could be about to shake up F1.5, wouldn't he? 147 for Ocon in 4th place. In 3rd place is the great man, even still not scoring this round. He sits pretty on 152, which is only 5 ahead now of Ocon.
Remind me, what was Ocon on?
Ocon's on 147.
What was Behrman on?
Behrman's on 131.
So the rookie's only just behind him.
Rookie's just behind him. So the great man's on 152 in 3rd place, holding steady. Hadjar has decided to start raking in points on this title, and he's on 193. He takes home 15 for the round. Unfortunately, he was supposed to do that when Albon was having his downturn, but he's doing it now when Albon is scoring points as well. So the margin is just sitting pretty again, but it's Alex out in front with a 25-point win and fastest lap as well for the weekend. Again, yikes, 262. That is nearly a 70-point swing. That's almost
3 DNFs.
That's almost over. That's almost over. You'd think 2 more wins, and we're home. We're home. So anyway, so that's where we are. So 4th place at the moment is Ocon, and this is where 4th and 3rd gets a little bit interesting here, right? So Ocon's on 147, the great man on 152, but then only 2 points behind Ocon is Hulk on 145.
Shouldn't have blown the
so
engine.
Last year's champion. Is that right? Was he champion last year? I can't remember. It was a long time ago. 145 points, and then Lawson just ready to grab some scraps if he needs to. He's on 134 and 6. It is still 11 more back, from Hulk, but he's just there. It's like a seagull on a fish and chip afternoon. just ready to grab whatever you leave behind. Just
Yum,
grab
yum,
it and
yum, yum,
scratch.
yum.
The seagull. Anyway, that's F1.5. So, yeah, couple of rounds. What I won't be asking Alex to do, though, is if he scores too many points, I won't be asking him to give them to Hajar, because it's Hajar's turn to have a win. We don't do that in F1.5.
You promote them out.
You win. You promote and you get out.
Yeah.
You get out because we're a ruthless organisation. So no.
And
so
you cannot
so it won't.
possibly.
It'll be the winner will be whoever earns it on track next week, not who I decide to give a participation certificate to.
There you go.
There you go. Fantasy.
How are you going to feel about Williams winning your coveted championship?
That's I'm alright with that. That's fine because I don't know, if it looks like they're going to, I could do.
They've done a very good job, haven't they?
Do a little bit of a you know.
Fantasy.
Switcheroo. Hey, thank you to Chris
From Dr. Auto Art.
from Dr. Auto Art for being a terrific sponsor of our show and our podcast and all things wonderful. Did you see Chris's?
I did.
Did you
I
see it?
did.
Did you see it?
We put the call out.
We put it out,
and the man
our man
delivered.
has delivered in spades. So, thank you to Chris. Get around him if you are. I wonder if Chris will do one of like Zach Brown. I'd love to see. I'd love to see Chris because he's obviously getting on board with what we're saying. I would love to see Chris do like a little montage of, say, Oscar winning and all the reaction faces of Zach when Oscar wins, and then all the Lando wins, and wouldn't that be two really great prints to get? Wouldn't it? Of just.
And
Zach,
what a good print for National When Pigs Fly Day, the 9th of September.
Well, I don't know that is. I don't know that's the actual day.
Or it's International Sudoku Day as well.
Hang on, don't jump too far ahead here. Jump too far ahead. What's this all about? I'm too excited.
You're taking too long.
I'm not taking too long. I'm working through it. Thanks to Chris. Get around his Redbubble, Instagram, Facebook, and all the social medias and all those things. If you are in the market for some terrific merch, as Sam said, it is National Sudoku Day. Are you good at Sudoku?
I am quite good at it. Don't like them.
Strike me as someone who'd be good at it. Are you good at it, Sam?
Boring.
All right, more of a crossword kind of guy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Don't like crosswords.
No, I like fun things. So I'm not into
colouring
those.
in books.
Not into those.
Getting my shin kicked.
Yeah, it's also National Make Your Bed Day. So if you haven't made your bed, that's actually Thursday. Sorry. So if you're preparing, if you're looking for something to do on Thursday,
No, because you need something to hang above your bed.
that's right. While you make it to reflect it, reward yourself from making your bed. Anyway,
I'm looking forward to the championship one that he made.
Me too. Me too.
Which I didn't want to say it because that actually revolves around the question that Kingsley wants me to ask. The opening question,
which you're ignoring and pretending doesn't exist.
Didn't happen.
Anyway, for this round, for the Italian Grand Prix, the top 10 looked a little bit like this. It's Lawrence van der Veer taking all comers using the Limitless. Must have taken some advice from Shane on how to use a Limitless incorrectly. 356 points for the round. Audits.
Yeah, but you got the shout out.
47. Got the shout out. Odds 47. 356. David Parsons 274. Chloe Anderson and Andy Tales wrapping up the 4th and 5th place. Dean Holt 243.
Odds 47 also used it. They were the same
he did
score.
Actually, yeah. Nicola Taylor in 7th place on 239. Zanetta 229. Roman Merrick in 9th on 226. And Dino Bandini in 10th place on 224. I didn't have a great round. I finished on 22nd.
Oh.
So that's not flash. Like, it's all
No,
right.
we were all a bit down.
Yeah, 200 points for me.
Mm.
I sort of went back to... I ummed about the Williams after practice, but then common sense prevailed, and I went back to Mercedes. So, yeah, that worked out all right for me. So, yeah, 22nd for me on 200. You finished, my friend, on...
162.
162.
40th. Yeah, it's a long way back.
Nah, I think you had a couple of DNFs, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
You did. So that hurt you. Shane on 37th on 164. So that's not great. And Sam,
let's just
as you sort of
scroll.
look to the skies, if
So,
we can't see
yeah.
you and that we're not going to go through and
I mean,
find.
Things are nice around here, aren't
Trying
they?
to make
The weather's
it
starting to
visible.
improve. Yeah, I'll just fill some air while you scroll.
No, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still scrolling. Oh, look at that. I actually...
What's he...
Sorry,
who
I
probably
wanna-
hasn't changed his team
I don't think...
since 2013.
I don't think Jay owns a computer and is doing quite well. I actually just got a bit lost there because
how did you do this?
At the bottom, there's 4 teams that have I think they've cancelled themselves or don't exist, and I went down there. I went a little bit too far. So sorry, Sam. My apology. I went into
dead last.
Dead last
in the team still competing this week.
61.
No, 60.
60 points. Sorry, in 61st position.
Yeah, so dead last. There wasn't a worse score than yours.
No, in our entire league,
60 points.
Even Chris Hanna in 60th is sitting at his dinner table right now, looking at his partner and just going, "What dumbass."
Some of the I've got a feeling because Sam's probably heard that there's a penalty on for the loser.
I heard too.
Shane has stepped up. He outscored Sam by 104 points this week.
Brilliant. I don't think that's hard to do.
So we can probably now start calling it Sam's penalty.
It's
getting close to Sam's penalty.
Getting real close. This is your team so far, Sam. As you went Hulk, who decided to give you -20. The great man.
I'm with you. That's tough. That's tough.
The great man gave you -15.
I was also there. That's tough.
Then, Aston is your team. That's your number 1 team.
That's what's going.
That's your number 1 team at 111. I don't know if you know, Sam, but Ferrari compete, Mercedes compete, McLaren are handy.
They're a very good team.
I've heard they're all right. They score points as well, so they do well. I would have a look at them.
My straw man's defence is that I have Lando and Oscar as my drivers, which last week was actually a pain in the ass because when Lando
looks
crashed
like
out...
it was this week as well.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and then your backup team is Haas, so they're yeah. So I reckon you should. I reckon when you watch a race, mate,
I'm going to have to drop the full reshuffle.
I think
that's my last card left. Is the full Joker.
I would cancel your internet plan. I just think it's. I think you're a step. You can save yourself a lot of steps by just no longer being on the internet. So
I'm just finding his overall.
Yeah,
it might just have been a bad week.
Oh
no, Zandvoort wasn't. Zandvoort wasn't pretty.
It wasn't a bad week.
He's currently in 48th position.
Who's in 49th, getting real ready for a launch at this because they'll be
our friend Jordan Pank.
Well, Jordan, I tell you what, mate, if I've got any money left in my bank account this week, I'll be putting all of it on you to take over, Sam, because that's fantastic.
What am I doing for this penalty at this point?
I've put out the call.
It's got nothing to do with us.
I've put the call out. The listeners are going to be telling us.
Yep. And I can't. It's wrong. I think it'd be wrong of us to deter them from anything.
Your better half.
Yep.
Absolutely smoking you at the moment.
Not
48th position you're in. I'm trying to find your competitors. Where's Shane? Shane has launched. He's gone big.
He's gone big.
Well, he picked up some big points. I can't actually find him.
Really cheapers.
Oh no, hang on, take it back. He's in. You're in a bad way. He's in 43rd, and you think that's not that much, but there's quite a few hundred points.
Yeah, a few hundred points.
That's cheapers.
What were you going to do? Send me on a train?
No. So I'm not going to send you on a train.
Get me deregistered from my job.
Possibly.
No.
It's what the fans want.
It is what the fans want. Yes. No. There was another podcast that has done penalties before, and they've ended up in different countries with. Yeah.
I don't even have a passport.
No. We won't get you in another country. We won't get you in another country.
I think it's also.
I feel like if people
do I have to write Franco Colapinto a fan letter.
Think about it's going to be way more painful than that. Just think about. I want our listeners, and their listeners are going to be the ones putting in the suggestions.
Yeah.
I've got a swimming pool, but the problem with the swimming pool by the end of the season, it'll be nice and warm.
Yeah.
It'll be lovely.
You know that.
There's lots of dams around the area.
Yep.
There's lots of dams around the area. What else is there? Sam likes riding bikes.
You're going to ice.
I think we could probably find some sort of suit for him to wear when he rides a bike.
That'd be really good.
I've ridden in a race in a tutu and beat people. You can't humiliate me on a bike.
I'm not concerned with who you beat. It
sounds like
you
a
look
challenge.
Like an idiot.
Sounds like a challenge,
I think
people.
It's true.
Sounds like a challenge.
And to really because I think it'd be fun just to twist the knife in a bit more while we're here, because we've got a bit of spare time. Because shout out to John Beaver, who is currently dead last in our competition at the moment. But that's all right, John. We feel 61st position.
Ooh.
He's on 898 points.
He didn't come last this week.
He didn't come last this week. And to give you a little bit of an insight into that, he actually still has Jack Doohan in his team. And,
possible?
And he receives an automatic minus 25 points because I think John's deactivated his internet. So he started the round -25. His teams are Alpine and Williams. He has Antonelli and Sainz and Albon and Hamilton. He's still finished 20 points ahead of you. So he's running with one less driver and getting a -25-point deficit before he even gets off the boat. So
Fernando, come on, man.
Anyway, that's
let us know what you think the penalty should be.
I think it is.
It's not Sam's officially yet.
Maybe
the season's not over.
Maybe it's like a bit of an add-on prize.
Have you got your Limitless left?
I can do a full Joker.
No,
I've used the Limitless.
You've used Limitless. Yep. Have you got the triple score?
Yeah,
used.
like the double boost.
No, my final,
you've used this.
My final is the Joker.
So hang on, you've only got one left.
The Joker.
That is impressive.
Because what was it? The triple was actually used to good effect on Lando and Oscar. I think it was my Limitless was a weekend where the Ferraris just wasted out when they shouldn't have.
Brilliant.
So I've shaned it a few times.
Maybe we could work this into fantasy, and if you finish 4th and you're unlucky to take home one of Chris's brilliant artworks as your sort of prize at the end, maybe we'll just let you, pick what it is. So at the moment, Dean Holt's in the box seat. So Dean, if you are listening, can you please fire into us? Chloe's in 5th. So Dean and Chloe and Nicola.
I want our audience. I had included it as part of the fan
them
frenzy.
to get. If you're a listener,
some suggestions.
I'd like to know your thoughts too.
It doesn't have to be painful.
It can just be...
But it can be.
It can be. Oh, and we'd be all right with that. Our top 10 at the moment looks a little bit like this, as we've gone well off the rails for this one. Jolyon Dyer is in the box seat on 3,665. David Rojas in 2nd. Andy Tails in 3rd, 3,574. There's only 20-odd points, if not that, actually. I think 17, if my maths is correct there, with David Rojas and Jolyon Dyer.
Sometimes it is.
So, yeah, sometimes it is. So, they're well and truly in that. Dean Holt in 4th. Chloe Anderson in 5th on 3,499. Nicola Taylor 6th. David Parsons 7th. Dino Bandini in 8th place on 3,377. 5 points further back is Roman Mirik on 3,372. And I am in 10th still, in 3,339 points. So dropped a little bit behind. I've got in front of Emily Brunton, though. That's who I was chasing. So anyway, that's our top 10. Why are you chasing
my sister-in-law?
That's our top 10.
Right.
Well, you know what? I didn't know that was her, because to me, it's just my competitor in fantasy. You're in 15th, mate. That's not too bad.
I was competing with you.
You were competing with that, and then there's the cream rises to the top sometimes. So anyway, that's fantasy. But thanks to Chris, get around all these fantastic merch. Grab yourself an Oscar print, and if you're after a Zach Brown reaction print, get that request in to Chris, and I'm sure he'll come to the party with that.
Any news that you want to talk about?
Any news? No,
Sam,
not real news.
Nothing popping up?
Nope.
Cadillac on the weekend did a little bit of a race simulation from Silverstone for the weekend, so they sort of race simulated what it was like to actually run a car at Monza. They did practice media interviews. They set up an entire
that sounds fun.
Team booth.
I wish they'd shouted out to come and help them.
Yeah, so that's what they did, and just it was more they didn't have their drivers at the standby, but they simulated the times and the personnel and where they needed to be to see if it was something that they needed to work on or what a logistical sort of race and then post would look like.
I hope they're documenting all this.
Oh, look, me too.
It would make a great documentary.
There's a really great...
how do you bring a team into Formula 1?
No, they're actually making that documentary right now with Keanu Reeves. And it's going on Disney+. It is actually in the works.
Okay. With the caddy stuff?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
interesting. I don't know how I feel about... I have seen that he's doing some stuff around Formula 1. I don't know how I feel about Keanu Reeves.
I think I saw the photo on Race Fans.
He is a big Formula 1 fan. So.
He did the Jensen Button documentary for Disney as well.
Yep. So there's not a huge amount happening. Our next race is at Azerbaijan.
Baku.
The Wind City.
Yeah, so it'll be... We've had goods and bads. I think, are we looking at maybe the second last race? I don't know that they're locked in just yet, are they?
2028 is when their contract currently ends.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, I thought they were on less than that.
I think it is. Monaco got extended to 2035 too, so 10 more years.
Yeah, odd announcement to have at Monza.
10 more years of that one there too.
Yeah, what's that?
Announcing Monaco at Monza.
Oh, I guess it's just Monaco's already been. You can't go back there to do it, can you? It doesn't. What are your thoughts on them extending Monaco?
It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, you know, we want Belgium to be extended. There are other tracks that we'd probably prefer to be extended, or just have a lock-in contract. But
I would have liked, and I'm a Monza man. I'm a Monaco man. There's no doubt about that. I would have liked to see them write in some elements of the contract to say, look, we're going to make some changes. Like, it doesn't have to be locked in. And now that might have been agreed upon anyway, but let's be open to some changes at Monaco. And yeah, just not lock in 10 years of what we've got. Let's be open to exploring some different avenues, whether we widen the track at certain spots, whether we look at lengthening, look at changing some profiles, just see what we can look at. So yeah, I don't know. I think 2026 is its final year in the contract is Azerbaijan. So yeah, we'll have to see. And it's not sounding like it's going to keep on going for after that at the moment. They look like they might be one of the ones that are on the chopping block, and then I'll say that and they'll extend it this weekend.
Or literally when we knock off this podcast, like we always do.
And aside from that article that's circulated around saying that Stefano Domenicali is in talks with a few circuits, and, you know, Portimao, Hockenheim, and
I did see
Jerez was in the talks of that. Apparently I had the wrong answer saying that I'd really like Portimao to come back. What were your thoughts? I had the three on the table. What are you picking?
I don't want any of them permanently. If I've got to choose one, might be Portimao. I don't know. No, I'd like to see Formula 1 back in Germany.
So you choose Hockenheim then?
Yeah, probably. But no, I don't want it permanently on the grid. It is absolutely one of these ones that I'd love to see on rotation.
I'd like to see Grand Prix.
Well, I'd like to see 4 or 5 rounds on rotation. We've got lots of great tracks to get to around the year. And so I'd like to see, maybe a European Grand Prix, and then maybe there's an Asian Grand Prix, and then maybe there's an African Grand Prix. There's going to be only one spot, isn't it, at the moment? But yeah, so I wouldn't mind seeing quite a few different racetracks go on a bit of rotation. Rather than Spa being the rotation. It's still a crime. Yep. What's your predictions for Baku?
Ooh, you could nearly say Max again, couldn't you?
You could nearly.
I wouldn't mind that, yeah.
But I won't.
No, I wouldn't either.
No, I will.
Oscar for me.
No, we'll say Lando again.
Oscar.
Yeah.
He got it last year.
I
know that we can't use previous form to establish current form, but I just want to say the previous form last year was good, and I just want him to have a little bit of fire, and he's just going to fight in Baku, and he's going to get it.
Every time he's needed to step up, he's stepped up.
Yep.
You're a Baku fan?
I like watching the racing there. It is hard on the sim. I hate the castle section, so
yeah.
But a good watch, and it's in a pretty reasonable time zone. So I'm up and about it to watch it when it comes up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good time zone. It's a good time zone for us. I think it's a 9 o'clock starter.
9 or 10, yeah.
But however, qualifying still is at 11 o'clock, which does my head in. But anyway, no, there's not going to be a pod after the next one. I'm going to be still in Adelaide when after the next race. So, yeah, we're going to have to either look at that. Either you can try and record something, or, yeah. But anyway, so, yeah, unlikely to be a pod after Baku, well, the week after Baku, because I won't be back until the next weekend.
That's right. I think we've got a week break anyway, so we'll do it on delay.
We'll find something.
We'll do it on delay.
Just so everyone's aware. But, yeah, we'll be back with Fan Frenzy later in the week, probably. And then, until then, enjoy everything between now and the next race, and goodbye now.